Let's discuss the sympathetic division. Okay, so this division of the ANS, we call it the thoracolumbar division because it uses the spinal nerves that go from T1 all the way down to the lumbar number 2. So from T1 to L2 spinal nerves, these nerves carry the sympathetic fibers out of the CNS. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw for you 4 potential routes that's taken by the sympathetic neurons on their way to the targets. Okay, and so try to memorize them. So on the example, I ask you what stops here, what stops there, you know what I'm talking about. So let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna draw for you a spinal cord. So this is your spinal cord, gray matter. All right, so if we were to label things, all right, this is your dorsal horn, your lateral horn, your ventral horn, okay? And of course you have the dorsal root and the ventral root, and they join together to form your spinal nerve here. And then you have rami of the spinal nerve. So this part here is spinal nerve. This part is called a dorsal ramus. This is the ventral ramus. And these two things here are called your rami communicantes. And they bring neurons into the ganglion. So this is your autonomic ganglia that make up your chain ganglia next to the spinal cord. So this is your white rami communicantes. This one's called a gray rami communicantes. Again, let's name some more things. This is your dorsal root and your ventral root. All right, so let's do pathway number 1. Pathway number 1 is called your spinal nerve pathway. This is how it works. So the pre-ganglionic neuron begins in the lateral horn, travels through the ventral root, enters the spinal nerve, enters the white rami communicantes, and synapses in the autonomic ganglia. So again, the first one leaves the lateral horn, comes out to the ventral root, enters the spinal nerve, then travels through the white rami communicantes to synapse in the chain ganglia. So this is the autonomic ganglia where it stops. And then the post-ganglionic neuron leaves from here, synapses here, and re-enters the gray rami communicantes, then enters into the spinal nerve to continue its journey to the target. So that's called the spinal nerve pathway. Spinal nerve pathway. Because it's using the spinal nerve to get to its target. All right, let's try another one. Another pathway we'll look at is, so before I do that, let me erase it here. So let's draw the same thing on this side. Remember, the spinal cord is bilateral, so you have both things on either side. So here, down there, and here, ventral root. Here's the spinal nerve right here again. The rami communicantes, like that, and like that, like that, like that. Okay, so let's try this one. And again, this happens on both sides. This spinal nerve will happen on the right side and the left side of the body. It's not just on one side. But just to get faster, I'm gonna just do on one side only. But So on this side, we're going to do another pathway. So this one, we're going to have the pre-neuron. We'll leave from here, we'll leave from the lateral horn, enters the ventral root, enters the spinal nerve, enters the white wave contest, and stop. So again, pre stop in the ganglia, and then the post neuron, in this case, the post will leave from the ganglia, and over here, we enter the ramus to re-enter the spinal nerve. This time, it's going to leave and go directly to the target without re-entering the spinal nerve. And so, it's called the post-ganglionic nerve pathway. Okay. We good there? All right, let's do another pathway. So again, this is spinal nerve pathway. This is a post-ganglionic nerve pathway. Let's erase and do again. So, yeah. All right, so this one is called the splanchnic nerve pathway. So in this pathway, the first neuron again leaves from lateral horn, travels the usual way, ventral route, ventral root, enter the white wave contest, and this time it will not stop in the ganglia. It will pass straight through the ganglia to stop in another ganglia out here, called the collateral ganglia. Okay. Also called the prevertebral ganglia. And as soon as it passes through the ganglia without stopping, it's given a name. This nerve that carries it is called the splanchnic nerve. Splanchnic nerves are nerves that leave without synapsing in the ganglia, in the chain ganglia. So this splanchnic nerve will then carry the pre all the way to another ganglia where it stops, called the collateral ganglia, and then the post neuron will go from there to the target. So that's called your splanchnic nerve pathway. Splanchnic nerve pathway. Splanchnic nerve pathway. Okay. And the last one that's used is one that goes to the adrenal glands. So we can go with, again, blue. This one comes in, same way. The ventral route, comes in the white ramus, passes through the autonomic ganglia, then also passes through a collateral ganglia to go directly to synapse directly in the adrenal medulla. So this is your adrenal gland. You have an outer part called the adrenal cortex and an inner part called the adrenal medulla. So that's where it stops. Okay, so it passes through the chain ganglia without stopping. It passes through your collateral ganglia also without stopping. And it stops, only stops in the adrenal medulla. And then the adrenal medulla, then the cells of the adrenal medulla, these cells locally act as your post-ganglionic neurons. Okay, so these are the post neurons that will release epinephrine and norepinephrine into the body. So this system is called your adrenal medullary pathway. So you have 4 pathways. Okay, we'll pause there.